During a day of London visits to areas affected by the recent rioting, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall joined young people at a youth centre in Hackney for a lively discussion. Many of the young people had been helped by His Royal Highness's charity, the Prince's Trust, to set up businesses of their own, or had benefited from schemes such as the Teen Programme. Today, the Prince's Trust announced it will be providing an investment of £2.5 million to communities that have been hardest hit by the riots, including Manchester, Birmingham, Tottenham, Croydon and Hackney. Topics of conversation ranged from the recent riots, self-esteem, overcoming obstacles and the breakdown of communities.
Sorry, we're into a community where people are not communicating, there is no unity, so it's not a community. So when you turn around and tell someone, oh, be proud of your community, they don't feel that they have any community to be proud of.
Yes, you're a wonderful example, all of you, of precisely why I started the Trust 35 years ago, because here we have the result of all that investment, that you now are able to do all sorts of things you never thought you could ever do before, until hopefully the Trust and all the wonderful people who work for it have helped you to turn your lives around. So now you're able to go out there and motivate, inspire others, and set them an example, and show them there is another way to do it. Because you're all absolutely right. I mean, the difficulty is, how do you ever get through to the huge number of other young people out there who haven't had their lives changed and touched by the sort of things we can do? Because the whole business, as you say, of gaining self-confidence and self-worth is the whole essence of all this, I think. And you mentioned about gang culture, but I still think half the problem is that people join gangs because it's a cry for help. In fact, they're looking for a friend, a sense of belonging and meaning. And I also think, if I may say so, that part of the problem is in school. And I don't know what you do, but there isn't enough extracurricular activities. I don't think there's enough organised games or other sorts of activities. Because when you're an adolescent, I still think, I remember it, I just remember being you've got so much energy and natural aggression, but half the battle is how to channel it in a sensible, constructive direction. And it's perfectly possible to do that, I think. And what's been so lacking is that sort of opportunity to allow people to be motivated and encouraged and frankly exhausted, because that's what you really want at that age, but also being taken seriously and given some responsibility to do useful things. There's no reason why it should all be a negative change, which is one of the reasons I've been trying for the last 30 years to suggest we should have a national community service, which would allow a whole series of options for young people to do all sorts of things depending on their own skills and abilities and talents. And when you think about it, I still think now is the time to think about this, because as you were saying, so all we've been doing is tinkering with the symptoms.
Hidden behind, if they can come round a little bit there.
Oh, we got everyone see?
Towards the back.
In the middle.
Okay,